Hey everyone. Hi Poppy. Hi Mark. Wayne. Oh yeah, Poppy. Stefan. Kevin. Craig. Maddie. Slawson M. G'day. Tommy Gun Machining. Hello. Looks like you're pretty well covering the conversation on your own. No need for me to say anything. Just keep going. Um, I'll be here when you run out of things to say. I won't do that to you. What's happening? We got some rain. Yeah, last night we got a fair bit. It was really nice, actually. Hi, John. What's topical this week? Tip Blitz. Tip Blitz 19. Who had fun? Yeah, who spent all weekend watching TV instead of watching YouTube instead of actually doing something in the workshop? Hi, Duncan. Hey, Stephen from Canary. Hey, Paddy. Um, it got a bit out of hand. John Creasy counted 73 different channels that contributed. That's pretty crazy. And 73 in our community is where they all come from. But that's great. I hope everyone picked up some sort of gain on their channels, whether it's subscribers or views or whatever. And I hope everyone picked up a little bit of knowledge. I learned a lot, actually. Yeah, there's still some going up. Some creators didn't make the deadline and wonder whether they probably thought it was a bit of a waste of effort and then tried again later. So I'm not sure what happened there. But the ones that were on the line, I think, were the ones that actually did well. And a couple that went up before did very, very well. So that's awesome. Yeah, my shop count is working. This is pretty cool. It's still going up very, very slowly now, but it has trickled up a little bit today. Not very much, but it has. That's got nothing, Paddy. If I put a beeper on this, that's going to sound like, I mean, this is going to come across as a camcorder video and I'm going to get demonetized. So there's no way in the world I'm going to do that. We'll think about it. I had some ideas. They haven't happened yet, and that's why it hasn't happened till now, but it's working anyway. Awesome effort, Craig. You left a comment on just about everything. I think that's awesome. That's above and beyond. I did notice that, and Craig, you've done really well there. That's awesome. John's already got the hashtag for next week, for next year, so we'll see. I want to get some feedback from people, and I want to give some feedback, I guess. Um, I'm going to send an email out when I get to writing it. It's going to happen at some point. Anyone who was on the email list. If you want to be on the email list for this, drop us an email. It's missemajade@gmail.com. send me an email. And I'll put you in the spreadsheet. Happy to do that. I think that's an exaggeration, Paddy. But anyway, the counter, I guess it's working live. I don't know. I sort of don't know what the lag time is on it. Actually, we've still got to work that out. It was going up and down last time I showed it on camera, so really not sure. I'm not about to reset it because it means resetting my modem, so we'll see. So I had some questions for you all that are unrelated to Tip Blitz. Someone can help with this little switch. Bought this for the linear. I've had problems with the linear and I thought it was the motor, and I changed the motor over and it hasn't fixed it, so it's the switch, I think. This is a little solenoid switch and it's marked in and out. On this end it's marked in, and I don't know if you can see that. It's not very well focused. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, it's marked out on this end and in on this end. And it's got a solenoid in it. I can't make it work. So how do I hook this up? Someone might know. Anyone who's an electrical genius who can help with that, tell me how to hook this up, because I'm a bit lost with it. It just doesn't, the solenoid doesn't collect it and start it. So obviously I'm not doing it correctly. Maybe I need to have ground and a neutral in here and ground and neutral in here, or active and neutral and active and neutral. I'm not sure. I could look it up, but if anyone knows, about 9 volts to trigger the coil, Tommy. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. We might have to upgrade to something else. This may not have been a good purchase, but it's quite a neat little unit. Geraniums are always good on a welding cart, Paddy. So what else have I been doing? Messed around with this and decided it needs 42 thou off here, down to 396. So that's still got to go through so that this lines up here, and so it sits nice and level. That's the next operation on that when I get my milling machine going. So it's getting there. Did a bit of messing on this, just I'm not sure about that switch. Not sure. I've spent a bit of the weekend messing with this, which is my screw cutting attachment. If you remember this, it's quite a job. A lot of bits are finished. This is probably not going to be anything like what I've got planned now, I don't think. You put that over the shoulder. Whether I'm going to make a micrometer feed cut out on it, I'm not sure. All this works. It's just a matter of positioning some holes and making everything line up in the middle. I'm not real sure about that, and probably the best way is to draw it up in CAD and see what we end up with. We'll see. But drawing up the spindle and the bed of a lathe accurately isn't all that simple. Measuring it, etc., getting it so that we started, or so that we can make a reference point off the bed and the spindle and make everything line up. I'm not sure about that. So still thinking it out, and I've been nutting it out a bit this weekend. That's about all I've done, is line some bits up and held some pencils and things on a block of wood and sort of made some measurements. So that was this weekend. I don't know if I showed this. I guess I did probably. Put that wire on, the little bit of flexible wire on this box. Thanks, Tommy. Hey, it's awesome. Hey, that's great they arrived. Sorry about the reflection there on the mirror. But put this wire on here with a couple of little cotton reel spools, and that's fixed that so that it doesn't flop open again anymore. That's nearly finished. There's a couple of little machining operations when the mill's going, and we're done. Tommy, I think that's what I'm going to do with this. So this hasn't changed. I'm not sure what's happening there. I know you're all trying, but nothing's happened, so not sure about that. I might send you an email about that, Craig. Anyway, we're gonna go over the milling machine. This is all a bit amateurish tonight. I'm sorry about that. I'm going to go hands-free here for a minute and go over the milling machine because I haven't really got camera mount set up over there. I've only just got lights set up tonight. Let's go and have a look. I don't know if this is really the answer. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's not. I've got this on a broomstick here. And total and utter chaos, I think. I don't think this is going to work. The broom handle is not really the answer here, sorry. Hey, JB. This isn't really the answer. I have got brand new lights, which are even radio controlled. This unit was pretty cheap off eBay. How awesome is that? Sorry about the sound. It does a lot of things that are probably unlikely to ever use. See, that's pretty pointless. Doesn't switch color temperature, but everything else. Anyway, it'd be nice if it did, but it doesn't. They were really cheap. I got 4 LED lights, circular lights out here. They're only tiny. They're like 2 inches diameter with about cobs with about probably 10 LEDs in them. But they're going to be fantastic here. And if I've got to get another set and put another 4 wide into, I don't think it'd matter anything. But that's really good. We don't have enough power, so there's an electricity supply problem here actually, because nothing's got, really nothing's hooked up properly. It's all just wires and plugs everywhere here, so I've got to do something about that. There we go. I think that's sort of set. It's got a broom handle sitting against the wall, and I think that's a reasonable angle there, so hopefully everyone can see it. Got a letter today from Maddie's workshop. That's awesome, with some stickers. So pretty exciting to see that. Go and check him out. If you haven't already through Tip Blitz, you probably did. I'm going to bung this up over here. Whereabouts? Matty's the guy who got the little launch lathe off, so huge shout out to him. He's got a great channel. He makes some cool stuff. He's down in New South Wales, bottom of New South Wales, on the border there. Okay, motor attached. Is this one. It does look a little bit like we're putting a V8 in a Mini, and I'm sorry about that. The book that I had for the Centec 2A says it had a 1 horsepower motor. I don't believe that the 2, which is this model, had a 1 horsepower motor, because this looks like it's mammoth. Just got a bit of steel plate to mount this on the motor bracket, and hopefully this weekend we'll get it going. But that sounds awful, isn't it? I apologise for that. We'll get it fixed before we do anything. But this is a 906, I think, RPM 6-pole motor, 960, whatever it is in Australia, and 1 horsepower. So that should be fantastic for this. It should get us down to about 40 RPM, I hope, 45, 30 maybe even, with any luck, which means that I can use a 4-inch cutter pretty comfortably. It should also run backwards, or it does run forwards and backwards. We need to fix a barrel switch or a drum switch on the front here so that it does that. And it should give us fast enough speed to run sort of at least a 3/8 end mill. We'll see what happens with that. But we have got some gearing and stuff on the mill as well, so hopefully that should work. At the moment we're just using the control panel on the VFD, and that's kind of driving me crazy. Someone give me some feedback on that camera noise. Is that whine on that motor way too much to handle? You probably can't even hear me here, but if anyone thinks that whine is really, really bad, I'll try and fix it. Okay, well, that's a good thing. So we'll turn that off anyway. Hopefully some of that whine I can fix with settings. But we'll see. Someone will complain about it. And that fan on that VFD is pretty serious too. Once that cuts out, we're back to normal. So that's where we're at with it. This is coming together nicely. Whether it's going to get a vertical head at some point, I'm not sure. I'm pretty confident it's not going to be driven off this motor. It might be, but if we do put a vertical head on it, we're probably just going to put a spindle and a motor up the top here. You can't see where I'm pointing there. Maybe you can now. I've got wires here everywhere because I only put these lights come in the mail this morning and I've only just put them up before the live stream, so that's pretty exciting. I'm going to look at this video again and see how much flicker we got too. So if that's flickering against the camera, we might have to try something else. And it might be a different result on the GoPro too. But there we go. I'm pretty pleased about this. This is slowly starting to come together, and it's been quite a mission and quite a lot of things to do on it. But it's starting to be a milling machine again, and that really makes me happy. Hey Rasnox, awesome couple of videos for Tipblitz. Good to see you. That's what I'm going to do, Paddy. I've done it with the lathe and I'm going to do it with this. Don't wish that on me, Craig. I've drawn this out for a pattern, but I've got to get in sweet with Clark again to make a casting because it might be a bit much for him at this point. Spindles are available with Morse Taper 3 or R8 or even ER collet systems on them, and we can mount a motor out the side with a belt pulley. So at some point in the next 12 months, if a proper head for it doesn't turn up, that's probably what I'll do. If I could get a Mark III Centec head for this, it would be awesome, but not in Australia at my price range. Anyway, that's what I've been doing over here. Slowly. It's all wired in. I'm sort of, I don't know if you can remove this around here so you can see. Probably the VFD's up there in the corner and it's all wired in. At this point, I've just got a loose cable to the motor, and when I get it all in position, I'll do something with that. That's the rest of our sticker board. Who's there? Hilltop Machine Works right up the top. There's a Hot Shot sticker. Dudley Toolbright, Greens and Machines, Aaron Durder, Always Sunny in the Shops, Valley Forge Welding, the Air Cave Shop, 1970 Chevelle 396, Swan Valley, Max Grant, Turn Right Machine Works, there's the new Keith Fenner sticker, Solid Rock is there, Forge Your Own Path is a Good of the Land, there's Justin at Good of the Land, go and check him out, Maddie's Workshop, Big Vintage Machinery certificate. That took a bit of getting actually, but I've got one. Where's How? Vern Currier, Mature Patriot. Woods Creek Workshop is another pretty awesome new channel. Blondie Hacks there. Dale Derry. Lance and Patrick at Active Adam. And how did I get 2 Hot Shot stickers on there? No idea. Anyway. That's what's happened. Rustinox, that's awesome. Really enjoyed both your videos. Always do, though. You make some good stuff. Your handrail video even is something that I went and watched because I was polite and really, really, really enjoyed it. So go and check out Rustinox. Anyway, that's what's happening over here. Not very much. And if we can possibly this weekend get this running and get some sort of a camera mount, I'm not sure what to do about that. To get sort of, that's about where it wants to be. So maybe I'm going to run a pipe up the side here to put a clamp on or something like that so I can height adjust it. But that's something I'm going to need to do. Oh, you sweet guys coming in at work. Obviously, you're having busy days. What else has happened? Nothing. I think that's about it. We've all been kind of lucky to get anything done at all this weekend after Tip Blitz, and that's up to you. That's because of you guys, really. Everyone who's made that effort to go out and watch videos and make videos and make it all work. It's all you guys. I sent out some emails and got more answers than expected, but it was a pretty full-on thing to do, and I'm glad I did it, but there was a bit of work in it, more work than I thought. Well done, JB. We expected an update on how much backlash is in the system and whether you can actually make things with it now. So that's pretty exciting. Anyway, I'm going to say I'm out before this camera shake gets to you. This is probably going to drive you crazy. And be kind to each other. More soon, and expect another video from me probably on the weekend. I've got something lined up, so that should be fun. And Drew's just arrived, so g'day, Drew. Did I get an email from you about a sticker, Drew? Yeah, while you're listening, Drew, I'm not sure I got a message from you about that. Anyway, be in touch. Anyone I said I would, and I will get an email out. If you want to be included in this next year, or you want some sort of information on what's happening or what's, send me an email. Send me an email. Should be worth doing because I had trouble chasing everyone's emails down, and some I didn't get. So do that, and yeah, be kind to each other, and more soon, guys and girls.